On CBS 46, the woman widely credited with helping to flip Georgia blue, speaking out. Stacey Abrams is now pushing back. CBS 46's Ashley Thompson is live at the World of Coke, where protesters are also demanding Republican lawmakers back off. Ashley.
Yeah, demonstrators are also pushing back. Right now, we are at the World of Coke. You can see there are still some protesters here behind me gathering. They are trying to put pressure on Coca-Cola to speak out against this voting legislation. They believe it amounts to voter suppression, especially against Black people, after historic voter turnout in 2020. Republican lawmakers in Georgia working on sweeping election reform following major political losses in recent months. Two bills call for limiting weekend voting, increasing ID requirements for absentee voting, and restricting ballot drop boxes.
I would actually quote the lieutenant governor, who said that this is a solution in search of a problem.
Voting rights activist Stacey Abrams calls the legislation an attack on democracy and says it mostly negatively impacts people of color.
There's nothing inherent in being a Republican that should make you anti-voting. It was under Republicans that we expanded access to the right to vote with vote by mail.
Although there was no evidence of any widespread voter fraud in the 2020 election, some Republicans believe now is the time for election reform.
We have problems with our election system.
Republican Representative Alan Powell, who sponsored one of the bills, tells me he believes Georgia has needed election reform long before Donald Trump lost the state.
Read the bill. Don't just take somebody's word.
The back and forth heating up. Abrams now calling on the state's powerful business community to take a stand. Today, protesters staging a die-in at the World of Coke to put pressure on Coca-Cola.
I think the business community has found different ways to leverage their impact. They can do it by, first of all, being just vocal.
Powell sees this much differently.
She talked about putting pressure on corporate Georgia. You know, that sounds an awful lot like corporate extortion.
If Republicans continue to pass voting restrictions, no doubt Democrats will continue to turn up the heat.
We have to hear from our business community. That seems to be the only group of people whose voices carry the weight we need.
And so today, demonstrators are here in front of the World of Coke, but protesters have plans to protest in front of a number of large corporations, including Southern Company, UPS, and Home Depot. We will continue to follow this developing story. For now, I am live in downtown Atlanta. Ashley Thompson, CBS 46 News.
Ashley,